Hey, Creations by Courtney here with a crochet tutorial, kind of slash crochet with me. It starts with the tutorial so that you can create this beautiful shawl. This is not the whole thing. This is a little sneaky peek of the two colors being used. This color is the Crochet Cove Classic DK 100% Superwash Merino in Starfruit. So we have a cream, we have pops of green, orange, kind of a red, almost brown, and touches of yellow. This beautiful color here is Old Rusted Chair, also a DK weight, 100% superwash merino in Limelight. And for the tutorial, I'm gonna slide this out of the way. I will be using this beautiful yellow. This is at Haynes House Yarns Community DK, also a superwash merino, 100%, and this is called Austin Lines, Who Could Blame Poor Jane? So there's a story behind this color and other ones. Definitely go check out the at Haynes House Yarns. And I will be using a size H 5mm hook. This is the Glitter Streamline by Furls Crochet. So with this, starting this is different, but not impossible. And I hope you're familiar with foundation stitches. And most people do foundation single crochet, half double and double. We're actually going to start with a foundation treble. Make your slip knot, place it on your hook. So bear with me, okay? We are going to chain 4 for that first one. You're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook into the first chain, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops. You're going to yarn over, pull through 1. This counts as the chain. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Technically, we have 2 stitches now, although we worked here. So technically, this is the first treble, but personally, I don't like the look of it. So that is a traditional way. Okay, so an alternative that is neater or has less space, you start with your slip knot on your hook. Chain 4. Starting in the second hook, pull up a loop. Pull up a loop into the next chain. And then pull up into the first chain. 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 1. This is the chain. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this looks like a linked stitch, and technically it is. It is a little bulkier, but it doesn't have that gap as shown in the first example. Now here's a third one. I thought I would be through with the tutorial by now, but I want to show you all of the options. Now bear with me on this one. This one I just kind of like was fiddling and I was like, it worked. So go back to where you have your slip knot and 1 loop on the hook. Make it a little looser. Chain 1, and we're gonna hold this, okay? I'm gonna come in a little closer. Pull up a tall loop. Hold it on your hook and wrap around twice. And this is one of those that it takes practice, because if it's hard to wrap around twice, loosen it up again. There we go. Wrap twice. It's better if it's looser than tighter. Insert your hook into that chain that we made first. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So technically, 1, 2, 3, and you're holding 4. I know it's hard to see, but you gotta keep that finger in place. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. It is not perfect, but it looks pretty doggone close to a treble stitch, in my opinion. And this counts as the first stitch. So no matter what method you use, we're going to make 4 foundation trebles. So yarn over twice, work into the same chain, the one and only chain that we started with. If you did this method, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1. Now yarn over and pull through 2 3 times. 2. Now if you started with the 4 chains, you have your first treble and then your second treble. So just make 2 more. You want a total of 4. Alrighty, so let's get started. We're going to make 4 foundation trebles and then a foundation treble increase, 2 foundation treble, a foundation treble increase, 4 foundation treble. It's a mouthful, but just stick with me. So we're going to start by making a chain 4, or you could do chain 3. If you do a chain 4, start in the second chain from the hook. Sorry, y'all. Brain just went blank for a second. I like to do a chain 3, 1 less than the starting chain, so I can start in the very next one to pull up a loop. And we're making the first foundation treble. So pull up a loop in each chain. Whichever method you do, chain 3 or chain 4, you should only have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1. This is the foundation chain. Now yarn over and pull through 2 3 times. And there you have it. You have your first foundation treble. And it does look like a link stitch because when we pull up the loop through each chain, that is how you make a linked stitch. Now to make the second one, you're going to work into that first chain. Go under both loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, always have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 1. That makes the chain. Now yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. We have 2. This is bulkier, but it's okay. It's better than just the chain and then the space. It gives a little more fabric to work with. Let's do 2 more. Remember, work into the chain of the previous stitch. So pull up that loop, make your chain, then yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. That's 3. And now 4. Now, for the foundation increase, typically in foundation stitches, you make 2 within the same one in an amount of chains. A specified amount of chains will be listed. In this case, it's 2. So for the increase, you start your foundation treble in the same way. You work into the previous chain. You pull up a loop, because you want a chain space for this. So this chain is like making 2 stitches in 1 chain in the traditional way. Yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. Let me pull out some more yarn. Now chain 2, and now foundation treble stitch. So yarn over twice, go into the same chain space, and rather than pull through 1, you just make your treble stitch, because this is the increase. So this is the single chain and this is the 2 stitches within that space. Okay, Now for the next one, you're going to work into the chain space again. So technically there's 3 stitches happening in this one foundation chain. But now you pull through 1 to make a new chain and then finish your treble stitch. So this is the increase, the stitches before the increase, and now this one. So we're just going to make 2. And now we're going to do another increase. Okay, so this is what we have so far. It is meant to have a shape. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, the increase in 1 chain stitch, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. This space here is for the increase, and then 1 and 2. Now we will increase again. Yarn over 2 times, work into the previous chain by going under both loops. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, chain 2, yarn over 2 times to make your next treble, work into the same chain space, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, just like so. So that's our next increase. Now we're going to make 4 foundation trebles, and that's it for the first one. So again, work into the previous chain, chain 1, or pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. We'll do that again for the next one. And then 2 more. Alternatively, you can do a chain of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chains plus your chain 4 to start. So chain 16 initially, if you don't want to use foundation stitches. And then this is the last foundation treble. All right, so this is row 1, and it has a little bit of shape from the increases. Now you will turn your work, and each row is done in the same manner after this row. And each row adds 1 X stitch to each section, and you can kind of think of it as section 1, 2, and 3, or side, middle, side. For row 2, we're going to make 2 trebles in the first stitch. You could do a chainless starting treble, or you could do a chain 4. Oops. And now we are going to make the first X stitch, yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up 2, skip 2 stitches, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Sorry, the muscle memory for making it. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 4 times. It gives you kind of a Y shape. Chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook through the middle, yarn over, and pull through 2 times. So it's doing a double crochet. This is like starting double crochet, and then it's like a double treble double crochet. For the increase is made in this way only on row 2, and then it's different on row 3 through the rest of the pattern. Each row is the same, where you add an X stitch in section 1, 2, and 3, or side, middle, side. But let's finish row 2. So the increase is 2 treble, around the chain 2 space. Chain 2 and 2 treble. The increase is the same in every row. Just like that. Now we're going to make the X stitch. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook through the middle, and then make a double crochet, which is just yarn over, pull through 2 times. Now make the increase in the chain 2 space, 2 treble, chain 2, 2 treble. There we go. And now X stitch. And then increase in the last stitch. And yes, that first one's a little bulky, but you have the top of the stitch to work into. So just make 2 treble for making an increase in the last stitch. So if you did a chain 4, that will be the 4th chain. And that is row 2. And I will demonstrate row 3. And each row is just like row 3, except for you will be adding an extra X stitch in each part. So before an increase, between the increase, after an increase, 1 more X stitch is added. So we increase at the beginning and end of each row with 2 treble stitches. Like so. X stitch will always be start in the next stitch, skip 2, so that's a stitch and a chain. I use them as the same. Yarn over, skip 2, work into the next one. And you do want to work into the chain space rather than around it, because it helps ground the stitch so it doesn't slide. Finish the X stitch. Okay. And then starting in the next stitch, you make another X. Skip 2. Work into the next one. All right. So we have 2 X stitches, previous row 1. Now increase around this space. Well, increase corner. I think of it as an increase. Or actually, it's better to probably think of it like a corner. So that's 2 treble, chain 2, 2 treble. Now make an X stitch. You always skip 2 stitches between the legs of the X stitch. Make another X stitch starting in the next stitch. You may be tired of hearing stitch. Skip 2. And then finish the X. Increase around the next stitch. Or make the corner. And so what will happen is that this chain stitch that you need to work into, it hides. Just slide it over. That's why we work around it rather than into the stitch. And make 2 X stitches. That's 1. And now the second one. And if your hook slides out, just fix it. And then 2 treble in the last stitch. And there you have it. So it does not look like much now, but you will continue in the same manner where you will turn each row. 2 treble in the first stitch, X stitch until you get to the corner. You will make the corner, continue in the X stitch till the next corner. And again, you're adding 1 X stitch. So 1, 2, there would be 3, 3, 3. It's really straightforward. So I hope you have found this helpful, and keep going. Add some color to create a lovely striping effect. And then you see the lovely increases, and it is normal for the edge to slope a bit. This is why we wet block at the end. If you are using a natural fiber, if you're using an acrylic, you can still wet block. Make sure the water is warm, not too hot. Use a little bit of wash. Let it get really wet. With acrylic, you really do want to squeeze that water out really well. Roll it in a towel and then set it and stretch to straighten this out. And there you go. There you have it. Hope you have found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future crochet tutorials, crocheting an entire project with me, or at least the tricky parts, as well as some fiber fashion styling suggestions. Keep stitching.